It is good to see you. My name is Selene Kempton. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and yes, I work here. I have the most fabulous online workshop for you guys tonight. I spent the day at my mom's house, and I actually have to go back there tomorrow. And I prepared an online workshop for you so that I could offer you a class. So this class was done as a team meeting last month, and so my team has already made these projects, and I love them a lot. And I've done them also with a crew up in Litchfield, New Hampshire, that I do workshops for them all the time. So let me know what you're thinking if you're here. I'm going to see, I want to find your comments. So when you're here and you're joining me, if you could just let me know where you're from so that I can see that you're here. And I'm going to jump right in and get going. And I will say, this week I was at the Drake Craft Fair, and I met 7 or 8 brand new people who have never stamped with me before. So in addition to in-person classes that I hold at my house, I do a lot of internet classes. So this is the first of the internet classes for those folks who aren't used to watching me online, or you'll see me in person. Oh, and Sunday we have a big fundraiser at Harmony Hall in Drake. You can participate online if you're far away, or in person here at the hall. We have crazy awesome raffles, but everyone who donates is entered to win a door prize and will get a PDF for the new breast cancer fundraiser stamp set. We've run this event for 16 years, and we have raised almost $10,000 for breast cancer, and I am so grateful to use my happy place to actually raise some money. So let me flip over to my messy table. So when you take this class, if you would like a packet, they are available. You'll get a card kit in the mail, and that includes 4 envelopes and 4 projects that are all pre-cut and designed for you. So we'll go through the projects one at a time. If you spend $50, you get that card kit in the mail free. If you spend $75, you'll also get free shipping on your order from Stampin' Up. So that saves you some money right there. And if you spend over $100, you'll also get a free embellishment from my collection in your bag. So when I mail out the card kits, I also send you a PDF. They've already been written out, and you can print them out and follow along at your leisure. It comes with a complete supply list, but we're going to go through everything that we used in the workshop right now. So if you were to get a kit, this is what it would look like in the bag. And I would recommend, if you do go for a purchase, that you grab this punch. It is the Jar of Joy punch, or it's the Sweet Jar punch. It originally came in a bundle with this in the main catalog. So these 2 items are bundled, but when I saw this, I really wanted to play with it, and I already owned the punch. So I designed a class around this one, which is in the holiday catalog. So let's get rid of some of that and go here. All right. So this is what your card kit will look like when you get it in the mail. And I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to take out only from the cloud cover cardstock base up. So all of the stuff that's in here, there's pre-tied bows and all kinds of things. I leave it right in the package until I'm ready to go for the next card. So we'll leave that there. And all of these have been pre-punched out for you, so that makes it much easier. Here, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you can see me maybe. Haha, maybe not. Brian, are you able to see me on Facebook? Okay, Char, thank you so much, because I was questioning. Oh, there we go. Now I got my zoom. Haha, get my zoom on. Okay, so I've got my little jar here. And what I want to do is I want to start building this image. So, Secret C. This has to be one of my new favorite colors. I'm kind of bummed it's an in color though, because I wonder if maybe it will make the main core colors. I use it a lot. It's not quite black, it's not quite blue, it's not quite green. It's like somewhere in the middle, you know? So I'm going to stamp this snowman. And in the class, in the personal class that I did with my ladies in Litchfield, a couple of the girls thought that they didn't stamp it right because there's something missing in the middle. And there is something missing in the middle, but we're going to stamp it in there. So here, I'm going to go in even closer. Whoop, nice and close. Not too close, which is good. And you're going to notice that I have a cloud cover ink pad. These do not exist in the Stampin' Up! World. Instead, in the supply list, you'll see I used ink spots and a refill. But this is working for me, so I am going to use my cloud cover ink pad. Only demonstrators were able to get them because they had a quality issue, and Stampin' Up! Didn't want to leave it on the market, so they pulled it because it wasn't perfect. So you see this dash line here. I got a little glare. You want the dash to line up with the top of the hat. Okay, so here we go. Here's my dash, and I am hanging off to the side, so hopefully I get this right. Boom, first try. So now my hat is all filled in, and the scarf is right there. And I need a scrap paper, so I'm just going to use the back of my supply list. But you can see it comes with a complete supply list, and I can actually post that to the video if anybody needs the supply list to place an order. Although I will say I am running this special, free with an order, but the best deal right now is a starter kit. It's crazy. I ran into my girlfriend at the craft fair, Patty, and I said, hey, did you get my private message? She used to be on my team, and she said, yeah, I had to let it go because, blah, blah, blah. And I said, but did you get my private message? They're running a special. She says, oh, I can't afford $100 for a kit right now. And I said, no, it's $35. And she's like, what? So she picked out $125 in product, her choice, and spent $35 plus tax and got a starter kit. It was so cool. So happy for her. So something I forgot, I want to color his nose. He definitely needs a pumpkin nose. So I don't know if I put that on the supply list, but any kind of tiny little pumpkin will do. But I think he needs a pumpkin nose, don't you? Hey, Trish. It's Trish o'clock. I love it. She's here. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so this is a really cool layout. It is, if those designer series paper pieces are 4.5 by 1.5, and I did 2 of them, and I did 2 different designs. This designer series paper is currently on back order. It's out of stock, Traditions of Christmas, but I have plenty of it, and I put it in the packages, and it's already pre-cut for you. So, free with an order. Gotta love it. The back is pretty too, isn't it? I'm almost like not wanting to put adhesive on that. But this is double-sided sticky tape for my newbies from the craft fair. And I just roll it on the back, and then it is easy to stick this together. And of course, I've done all the cutting for you in advance. So now I just have to flip these over and get them stuck down. If you've been here a bunch of times, I'm sorry, I'm talking to my newbies right now, but you guys remember being new? I had a new person at the Litchfield group, and of course I've been going to them for, 10 years. We do monthly workshops. And I had a new person, and she was in the corner squealing. It made me so happy. It reminded me of, some of my first experiences with stamping and how happy I would get when people would just, awesomeness. So fun. Okay, I'm going to bring that scratch paper back in because I don't want to put glue on my table. But what I'm going to do next is, this is liquid glue. And the trick to this stuff is to get it like super thin. A lot of people don't like liquid glue because they use too much. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. I got a sneeze coming. Sorry. Ooh, excuse me. Thank you very much. If you said bless you, thank you. Okay, so I've got this nice thin little layer of glue on here. I'm going to show you how thin it is. You can see through it. It's nice and flat. And then I'm going to take my jar topper. This is punched for you out of silver paper. And drop it on. And of course, I had a little too much coffee, so I shook my hand right off of it. Now, while it's still wet, I can let that sit on my scrap paper to set up. I'm going to take another tiny little dot of glue. I mean, itsy bitsy. Here. Look at how tiny that is. And I'm going to use it to attach the pre-tied bow. So I tied your bows here. And all I'm going to do is drop it in that little puddle of glue and then not touch it. That's the trick. Oh, and you know what? I forgot something already. There's a sentiment at the bottom of this, and we should have stamped that first. So when you get your packet at home and you're stamping along, you want to stamp your sentiment first. But I'm just going to say that nothing's going to happen. We're going to be okay. Oh, Trisha, God bless you too, my friend. I am so grateful for all the friends that I have made as a result of my crafting business. There is nothing that I would rather do than be right across the table from you, Trish. And today, my husband and I had a long chat about on stage in Trisha land, and he lost his job a couple of weeks ago, and he thinks that I should go to on stage no matter what because it's to do with my business. So he's gonna make commitment to help me go so that Trisha and I can go have lunch. So very, very cool. I was concerned that I might not be able to go to on stage this year, but he said that we need to make it a priority, so we will. So here we go. I let that glue set up, and now I am putting dimensionals on the back of this, but you can see I'm going all the way up to where the punched area is and getting a few dimensionals on the back here. I think it was Cheryl Davis that said that the number of dimensionals that you use on the back of a piece of punched paper directly correlates with how much you love the person. So I don't want anybody to not feel love. I'm gonna keep going. Oh, definitely. He's so sweet and supportive. And he has been through my whole journey. I'm very grateful. Because not everybody has that kind of support. So it's cool. And crafters appreciate him too, because he's carrying stuff out and carrying stuff in. And okay, so you can put it straight, or if you want, you can have it on an angle. You can have it whimsical. I think I'm going to put the image, because I stamped the image a little bit crooked. I'm going to put the image straight on the card and put the jar just a tiny bit crooked. So he looks like he's standing on a hill a bit. So cute. So that's the first card. That went kind of quick, huh? Love it. And that was my sample. Now at this point, of course, this is Wink Estella. It is a glitter brush. If you don't have one, you haven't been watching me. I can put the glitter anywhere I want, and it doesn't end up in the floorboards at my house. When we redid my craft room over and put a new floor in, the old floor was one of those floors that you drop in. So when we lifted the floor, I swear there had to have been like there's so much dazzling diamonds between the floorboards. It's like you'll never get rid of that stuff. Okay, so there's the Wink of Stella. Let me see if I can give you a nice... Oh yeah, you can see it when you hit certain levels. Woo, so pretty, sparkly, fun. Okay, that's card 1. Wicked easy, huh? All right, so let's bring in the second project. Trisha, this reminds me of the paper from last year that you and I collaborated on that display board with. It's just so pretty. You could go for days with it. So here, before we even get moving here, I'm going to put adhesive on my white and layer my designer paper on. I get the plaid up. It's so hard to stick pieces of paper like that down, but I did choose the plaid for the bottom, so very cool. And this is an embossing folder that is in a wreath shape, but it's cool. So think you could put, an ornament there. In this case, I put the my designer series paper over it. So here we go. So this you can do 3 sides equal on both sides. And look, mine has a tiny little gap, but it's not going to matter because that's where our sentiment is going to go. Here, let me get rid of that so you can see. Okay. It's so quiet in my house tonight. I feel like I should throw some Christmas music on so that we can stamp properly. Oh, the paper? Of course, it's on back order. It is called, it is gorgeous, and that's why it's on back order. Traditions of Christmas. Item is 165853. And I have a notice in the new Stampin' Up store. If something's out of stock, you can put your email address in and request to be notified when stuff comes back in stock. So I think that's a pretty cool new feature. All right. So may your heart be filled with joy. I am, because I get to stamp tonight with you guys. It is so quiet in here, though. I need some traveling music. And then I did cut an end into this, a banner into the end. And what I'll tell you about that is I had a couple of people in the in-person class that cut it really deep. So I'm going to say that you want this like Santa. You want it like short and fat. Nobody likes a skinny Santa. So you're going to make your banner short and fat. Like me. Well, I'm not short. But I could do the, here. I'm here all night. So I'm going to tip you 8 staff. I'm going to flip this over and put a little adhesive on it and get it set up right across the gap in that card. So this is just so simple and pretty. And the paper does all the work here. And like I said, this kit is free to you. I'll mail it to you with any $50 order in my store. And of course, during free shipping, you're going to want to go $75 anyway, because it's such a great value to get free shipping. Saves you $7.95 or 11%, whichever is. Okay. So that is card number 2. Bump, bump, bump. That was funny. I like sound effects. These are all brand new, so like they come with the new program that I got. I know it would be annoying if I did it all the time, but it's funny. I just dropped something on the floor as I got applause, which is funny. All right. Love you guys. Here we go. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this down. And when my class attendees opened this up, they're like, Selene, what did you do? I'm like, well, I punched out of the center because it just felt like such a waste of gold paper. So I said, yep, and nobody's going to know if you don't paint behind the toilet. And then they were all like, what? I would know. But here we go. I'm gonna, well, it just seems like a waste not to, you know, use that. And this paper that's going on top is absolutely stunning. I'm sure it'll be back in stock soon. Stampin' Up! Is pretty good about helping us with back orders. They can't help it if somebody shows it and it just goes. All right, so that's those 3 layers. And actually we can stick this on our card base. So for this card in your package, when Maria and I were stuffing the packets, we realized that we forgot an insert for every single card. So at this point, when you're assembling your cards, here, I'm going to zoom out just a little because I keep going out of the frame. Go back to your packet, and in the back, underneath the envelopes is said piece of insert that we put in afterwards so that you would have it. So I went back through and opened all the packages and put so this is also ready to go. So the minute I get your order, I'll be able to, unless we have, 20, I'll be able to ship them out right away. Okay, so no lines, no waiting is good. You might even have your kit for me before you get the order from Stampin' Up! Wouldn't that be cool? So I have my ink pad out of the frame, sorry. Again, I'm going nice and easy when I ink up. No smushy. We just kissy. And when you're stamping, it's better if you can have your nose directly above the die cut, because it's way easier to see. And actually, sorry, this punch. But if you mess up, you would want to have the punch on hand. It's a great little punch anyway. So fun. And then these 3 ornaments are going to hang from the lid on the inside of the jar. So we'll just stamp again and line that up. And I'm telling you that you want to have your nose right here, and I'm all the way back here. But it's going to be okay. Look at that. Like a professional. Like I know what I'm doing a little bit. Oh, okay. So now, of course, you got to bring in some Wink of Stella, and I'm going to go in between the lines a little bit, because if you go through like I just did, you'll move the ink. So if you want it to look a little bit pink, and it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, just go right through. And if you do go right through, brush off on a scrap paper before you go again, because then you'll be able to get it more snowy white. Whoop. Or brush it off right on the ornament and make it look like a shadow. If you're going to do it again and again. There you go. I'm going to go around and purposely go through the ink now. So this is a water-based ink, and then the Wink of Stella is a water-based brush. So if I go through that cherry cobbler on purpose, it's going to move my ink and make another color. So let's take a closer look at that. And I can even come closer here, the old-fashioned way, in my hand. So you can see it pulls in the lighter pink just a bit. Okay, love it. Okie doke. I'm in a room talking to myself. Somebody give me a comment. Let's see. I can see there's a bunch of you watching, so thanks for being here. But it is goofy to sit in a room and talk to yourself. It's much better if you guys talk to me. Anybody have any questions for me? So I put that glue on really thin again. It's the same move. I'm gonna drop this on. Oh, look, I even shook again. Like too much coffee today, you think? Yep. Okay, bring the supply list back in, and I'm gonna use it under my glue so that I don't put any glue on my table. And then again, I'm gonna add a tiny little drop of my liquid glue. Ooh, that's so bright because of the gold. Are you seeing that? And then So all of these bows are in the packets, and I've already pre-tied them for you. So if you don't like tying bows, I'm your girl. All right, here we go. So I'll let that set up for a second. And I already put the inside in here, so I guess I'm just hanging out. Isn't that pretty? Like, so sparkly. It just jumps off the page. Oh, there's the comments. Hey, Jolene. Isn't it pretty? Thank you. Hey, Mary. So yeah, my computer program didn't fast forward, so I thought that nobody was talking, and here I am like, okay, leave me a comment. There you are. Hey, Pam. I didn't yet, but I'm gonna work on it over the next couple days. I have to go to my mom's house again tomorrow. So I took her to an appointment today, and it resulted in another appointment tomorrow. They want to see her tomorrow. So I am going that way, but in between, I am stuffing club and then designing for club and retreat next month. So the short answer is no, not yet, but I'll do my best. That's a great question, Pam. I'm looking at that blue paper with the doves on it, but I just don't know yet. This month is fabulous for club. I'm almost done cutting all the layers. I have 2 more layers to cut, and then Brian and he told me he'd help me because Maria and I just didn't finish on Monday. Anyway, what's cool about this one is you can do it straight on if you want, or you can turn it on an angle, and I actually prefer it turned a little bit because then you don't feel like it has to be smack in the middle. And if you get a beautiful piece of the designer paper in a certain area, I just want to avoid the poinsettias, so I'd move it depending on which piece you got, but I love it. Yeah, thank you, Pam. I'm on it. I haven't done it yet, but I will. It's on the list. And by the way, I'm with you, because if I can figure out what club is with free shipping, I'm in the same boat. I would place the order, I think. So, the joys. So I flipped it back over, and I have my crumb cake piece. So this does come with envelopes, unlike club. And with club people, if I just charge them with the catalog prices, and they can Venmo me, and I'll include it in their package. So I know it's a bummer that I don't include it anymore, but the prices went up on cardstock and envelopes, so I had to kind of figure out how to afford to keep giving you guys 8 cards. All right, so I used the same stamp again. May your heart be filled with joy. I know, I put it over there. And this is adorable. This is a 2-step stamp, and in the live class, people had anxiety about hitting the punch, but it is so, about hitting the second stamp, it is so easy to see, and I'll give you some tips. So we get that stamped first. May your heart be filled with joy. Love it. So I pulled in the basic beige ink pad, and I want to tell you a little something about this ink pad. When you first stamp with it, by the way, hands down, basic beige is my new favorite color. Did you know that today is National Color Appreciation Day? So cool. So I've got basic beige here, and when you first stamp it, it looks green. And then it goes through a process of oxidation. So the air needs to hit it, and it will calm down and not look green after a bit. So let me see if I can show you. So I'm stamping this fresh, and look compared to the image that's dried, how green that looks. Hey, Beth, good to see you, my buddy. So don't worry about it. It will dry down and, calm down to your, calm down. Nobody in the history of calming down has ever calmed down by being told to calm down. You're welcome. Okay, so for this guy, the trick in my head is the two little dots inside the buttons. And someone said, well, my buttons aren't filled in. And I'm like, that doesn't matter. You just want to make sure that you hit somewhere in the buttons and you're good to go. So we'll turn this over again. Oh, and look, my tie is up. That's helpful. And then you line up the two buttons. And then it seems to go pretty easy. Like I said, there was a lot of anxiety in the room about hitting hitting it in the right spot. And I promise it is not difficult. And this is looking so green to me. So a couple of people in the room loved the pattern that I had up. And then a couple of people said that they were going to change it up and use this side instead of the polka dots. So if you want to do that, I will let you know that the top of this jar was punched out of the same designer paper. So if you go with the flowers for this, go with the flowers for your jar. If that makes sense. And let's get this glued on like we did before. So we have a little more room at the top of this one because the gingerbread man is further up. What did I do with it? Oh, there it is. The end of the day, tired eyes. Here we go. Okay. And I'm going to put that on a piece of paper to dry and add my little dot of glue. And then again, you have a third pre-tied bow here for you. By the way, I tied all the bows for club this month too. So you have a couple of bows in there. You get a full pack of designer paper. This month's club is crazy. It goes so far. Okay. And put it down on the dot of glue and let it dry before you touch it. And while all of that is going on, I'll put that to the side. I can start to assemble my card layers. So if you're going to use liquid glue to attach, I had somebody in class that was going, and her card was actually a little soggy. These dots are very flat, and that's the dot method. And what's cool about this adhesive is when you go to lay it down and you use this one, you have a little give. You have time to move it around. But if you use too much of it, you won't like it. It'll be like kind of oozing out the sides and on your fingers. So the trick to this glue for me is to just use some dots of it. I love tying bows for you guys. Yeah, I got a little bit going on, huh? You know what though? Everybody has something. And now more than ever, I appreciate the value of our crafting community, because it just shows so much like how real everybody is and how kind they've been during, a challenging time. But I'm still swinging and I still seem to get everything out in a reasonable time. So I'm grateful for that. But I will. I'm on that, Pam. You're reading my mind, because I definitely want to take advantage of the free shipping too. So yeah, so you can take advantage of free shipping, order the stamp sets for club, and this month there was no stamp set. Next month I think there will be. And then yeah, it'd be cool. Anyway, and then you can get this for free, the packet for free in the same order. Okay, words are hard. What time is it? After this, I might make dinner. Oh, that's crazy. So pretty. So can you believe how fast that was? This is a 4-card kit. It is adorable. It is pre-cut. Like I said, bows are tied. Makes it easy for you. And if you're getting stuff that you wanted anyway, well, it's a bonus to get the class for free. But can I just say for a hot minute, The starter kit is $35 and you get $125 in product. If you have a big wish list, go score your discount. You get ongoing discount at least until March or April. If you want to come play with us, I have a great team. We swap. We have creative challenges. Actually, we have another person on our team that is a scrapbooker, and she's going to start doing potentially a creative scrapbook challenge monthly on our team. You know, and it's a true team. I'm not even going to be at the team meeting in November, and my team will just run it. So just goes to show you, they're absolutely fabulous and true community. Anyway, so here's my jar, and again, I'm gonna put them crooked. You could put it straight if you like that, but I'm going rogue here. I had to say it because, oh my gosh, $35. It is like more expensive to go out to eat. And here's the card front. And again, adhesive. It really doesn't need a lot. Here we go. And that, my friends, is it. Oh, so I also gave you a strip of these, but I didn't purposely use them as much as I could have. But I think, like, at this point, you can go through your 4 cards and decide where you want to put the candy. But I know, like, gingerbread and peppermint candies definitely go. I was joking with my in-person people. These, you can't eat these. We had a retreat to go one time, and I included these lobsters because it was from a cruise. And the lobsters were soap. And I did label it. But, yeah, someone didn't look and took a big bite off the lobster. So, you know, I don't think it goes with that one. I'm going to leave it off that one. So that's the thing. You can go through and decide which ones you want to put embellishments on. I think this one should have one up here. Definitely. And then, even this guy would be really cute with peppermint. How about, like, oh yeah, look at the pop of red on that. So there's 3 sizes on your transfer sheet. And I just gave you some so that you could play, but not so much that you'd be overwhelmed with them if you didn't want a whole package. But look at how cute that is. So adorable. Oh yeah, and I know the paper is currently out of stock, but I do have plenty, and I made I bought a couple of packs with the new catalog, so I had 3, so I was able to prep 36 kits, no problem. So anyway, I am so grateful for you guys. Here. One more time, we'll show you the cards. I'll zoom out a little bit. We'll put the order special up, and I guess we could put it over there because then you can see it better. So orders of $50, you get the 4-card kit, and it doesn't come with the stamps or ink. I would recommend, if you get the stamp, definitely get the punch. And if you decide that you like the whole thing, this is a bundle in the main catalog with the punch, so you can get the sweet jar. And wouldn't that be cute for birthday? And then the Jar of Joy stamp set came in the holiday catalog, so I already had the punch. Am I singing again? It's funny. Somebody approached me about being the lead singer in a band the day that Brian lost his job. So we are putting a set list together, and I don't know, maybe. So we'll see. I love these peppermints. Aren't they cute? You couldn't get them last year. And now they're back in stock, and you know, we can get them again. So, yeah, the 4-card class with free with a 50, and I'll just mail that out. And if you spend 75, of course, you'll get the free shipping. And if you spend 100, I'll put a package of something in there. There'll be a surprise in the box. And of course, the more people spend, the more surprises I throw in the box. That's how that works. But I'll just bid you good night. I'm gonna go cook dinner. Oh, look at, I love writing all over my face. Here we go. Now you can see it. It's like, ooh. I'm like, which way do I put my hands? It's backwards. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful night. And thanks for hanging out with me. It's way more fun when you're here and you're commenting. Because like I said, in a room by yourself with no comments is like, okay, now what do I say? Have a great night, guys.